Transformers Rise of the Beast is the count it, seventh live-action Transformers film. This film in particular is primarily based off a Beast Wars storyline that you may or may not be familiar with. This time around, everybody's after a MacGuffin, not a cube this time around, but rather a key, which literally everybody's after, from the Autobots to the Maximals to the Terrorcons to the Pedicons. And to help aid the good guys on their journey is two humans played by Anthony Ramos and Liza Koshy. Let the fun begin. Okay, so while I've seen episodes here and there of the original Transformers series as well as Beast Wars, I can never say that it was anything that I watched religiously. But my general understanding is that the Maximals and the Pedicons specifically didn't show up until the Autobots and the Decepticons are already long gone, calling the transition the Great Upgrade. Basically, instead of cars, the big robots now turn into animals, but obviously they both exist in this film at the same exact time for crossover reasons. I know that a lot of people were really excited for this film because it dared to go that extra step and introduce the Beast Wars stuff, but honestly, I thought that it kind of sort of made things a little bit more convoluted in a way. I mean, there's a lot of giant robotic creatures in this movie at the same time, and because they're all after a MacGuffin, it's hard for me to kind of find where the stakes or the depth is. Heck, I'm still trying to find out what this transwarp key even does. It opens up a portal for a giant planet-eating thing to show up, and Optimus Prime wants the portal to open so that he can go back home or something, but I'm not sure. And because they all bleed together with a lot of different MacGuffins, I thought that we already knew that he left his planet dying like Superman in Krypton, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. In terms of it being a Transformers film in general, I liked it, but it's not in my list of favorites per se. They all do sort of bleed together in a way, and the things that set them apart typically have nothing to do with the stories, but rather the characters. For instance, you can judge me all you want, but I love Shia LaBeouf in his films. I think that he is a major part of why these movies in general work the way they do, but not even just him. But also Megan Fox. Yes, even if it is just for sex appeal, Josh Duhamel, or however you say his name, John Turturro, Tyrese Gibson, etc. They all sort of had a chemistry together, as well as chemistry with the Autobots that stood out to me as great. They even had Linkin Park providing a significant amount of soundtrack stuff for that trilogy, which also helped it stand out. I still think What I've Done is one of the best Transformers end speech and credits songs of all time, and in my opinion, I wish they just made that the Transformers theme song and every movie ended with it. Kind of like how they end all the Bourne Identity films with Extreme Ways. But as it is, it's fun. You know, it has a good amount of action, all of which is edited together pretty darn well. It has some very good visuals, as per usual with these films. Peter Cullen's voice is a national treasure, and if they dare to make any of these Transformers films without him by recasting the role, I think we should all rebel. I also think Anthony Ramos, or however you say his name, as the new human counterpart, did a pretty decent job overall, ultimately providing the franchise with a touch of potential that they could either embrace or squander altogether, depending on their next step. Only time will tell. Ultimately though, it's fair. Without looking at what I scored the rest of the franchise, I'd probably say this is middle of the road, maybe slightly above average. But I rated it a B letter grade, final overall score of 75%, 75 out of 100 possible stars. So once again, that's a very middle of the road average score for me in general. I score more movies than not right around this range. So that's actually a decent sign because I've crapped on this series a lot. Even though it's one of those series that I'm always optimistic about and I'll always watch a Transformers movie, but I mean, yeah, 75%, that's not bad at all for Transformers. But what about you guys? What did you think about Transformers Rise of the Beasts, and where do you rank it among the other 6 films in the franchise? Let me know, and as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review. And until then, peace out.